On Capitol Hill tonight, from Senator Booker's marathon floor speech to last-minute wrangling on a vote to stop blanket tariffs on Canada, Washington is bracing for tomorrow's announcement on tariffs, and we are taking the pulse from both sides of the aisle tonight. Joining us now is Republican Congressman Pete Sessions of Texas. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. We're hours from what the Trump administration is calling Liberation Day on the tariff front. A White House ally close to Trump's inner circle told our Rachel Bade, quote, "No one knows what the expletive is going on. What are they going to tariff? Who are they going to tariff?" Are you concerned about what's going to happen?
Well, I'm certainly intrigued by the entire process, but I met with the USTR Representative Larry Calhoun yesterday in my office, and we had 10 companies that are centered in Central Texas, Waco, Texas, and all of them have issues with tariffs, from steel to moving things back and forth from Canada into the United States, back and forth into Mexico. There is trepidation, and I can't wait to see what the president does.
We've had nearly all sectors of the American economy express concerns about tariffs, from automakers to winemakers. You talked about those small business owners. You talked to some of your constituents in your Texas district. We mentioned off the topic Cory Booker having this ongoing speech, really, where he's saying these are unusual times and people need to stand up in opposition. If these tariffs go through against some of our allies, are you willing to stand up against the administration?
Well, in fact, part of the discussion that I had with Mr. Calhoun from the USTR yesterday was exactly that. What happens when we see what the president says? Are there some variances that we could work on? For instance, there may be some broad brush approach that the president takes, but what if there is something like Atkins Candy Company in Lufkin, Texas, where they cannot get sugar here in the United States? It's just not available. What if they got that from another country that they've set up business with? Would you tariff that sugar that comes in, even if it was not available in the United States? It's these kinds of, and they're not one-offs. There are a lot of these kinds of issues where I cannot get what I need in the United States.
You sit on the House Oversight Committee. Democrats have called for investigations into the signal chat controversy, and some of your Republican colleagues in the Senate in particular agree. Do you think that Pete Hegseth and Mike Waltz did anything wrong?
Well, I think that as I read it, Mike Waltz is the one who's accepted the responsibility. It was Mike Waltz who said that he had learned a lesson, and it was Mike Waltz who they generally, not without pointing the finger, indicated was responsible for much of what happened. I know Mike Waltz personally. I think that it's important to see him grow in his job. I think he grew a lot as a result of this.
Do you think that an investigation should take place?
Well, certainly Senator Langford from Oklahoma is doing that exact same thing in the Senate. And I think that we will see what Senator Langford comes forth with.
President Trump did not rule out seeking a third term in office on Sunday, telling NBC that he was not joking. Other lawmakers have said to the contrary, saying that he was joking. Jokes aside, you agree, I'm assuming the Constitution does not allow for this. So ultimately, what is the end game here? Why is this even a discussion that's happening at this point?
Well, first of all, I think it's very clear to me what the Constitution says, and changing the Constitution requires 60% of our membership or more to change any bit of it, and I don't think that is going to happen. Maybe 2/3. I do not think that we need to move forward on that issue because I don't think it's a possibility.
Congressman Sessions, we so appreciate you joining us tonight. Thank you.
Yeah.